So, was the first Thanksgiving really a feast shared between the Pilgrims and Wampanoag Native Americans in 1621? It seems this tale doesn't tell the whole story. Some of the earliest recognizable Thanksgiving celebrations actually took place centuries earlier between the Mohawk people and Dutch settlers. The Mohawks, a part of the powerful Iroquois Confederacy, had lived in North America for thousands of years. They had a deep understanding of their environment, cultivating extensive crop fields and gathering an abundance of seasonal foods. When the Dutch traders arrived in the early 14 and 1500s, establishing fur trading outposts within Mohawk territory, a unique relationship formed. Over the years, small Dutch farming hamlets sprang up within existing Mohawk villages as the two groups learned to live harmoniously side by side. Every autumn, the Mohawks would host grand communal meals to give thanks for the bountiful growing season. This celebration was called the Feast of Friendship. These Thanksgiving celebrations were occasions where Mohawks and Dutch settlers alike would contribute dishes representative of their distinct cultural heritages, participate in festive activities, and renew their bonds of friendship. These multicultural Mohawk-Dutch harvest gatherings weren't just one-off events like the 1621 Plymouth Feast that is told to have happened. They developed into a regular tradition, representing the earliest true spirit of cross-cultural Thanksgiving in North America. Through sustained interactions over many years, the Mohawks and Dutch influenced each other's cultures, adopting certain foods, customs, and even words from each other's languages, even creating their own Creole language called Mohawk. The Dutch were even made part of the Mohawk culture and made to be seen as indigenous to the Mohawk people, which created a new branch of Mohawk people, the Mohawk-Dutch, like me. Their joint communities served as a prototype for cultural exchange and peaceful coexistence between European immigrants and native peoples. In fact, it was the first coexistence of Europeans and natives living in peace, creating diversity. Tragically, this history of mutual understanding between the Mohawks and Dutch has largely been overlooked in favor of the romanticized story of the English and British so-called Pilgrims. Yet, the roots of the Thanksgiving holiday truly lie with the age-old Mohawk tradition known as the Feast of Friendship, of welcoming both the gifts of nature and new allies with an autumn feast of gratitude and celebration. Contrary to popular belief, there is no historical evidence that the 1621 Plymouth Rock celebration actually occurred. That story appears to be a myth without basis, in fact. The so-called Pilgrims of Plymouth Colony were actually separatist religious dissenters who held slaves and practiced a brutal form of capitalism. They did not get along or cooperate with the Wampanoag tribe and eventually went to war against them. No Thanksgiving meal was ever shared between the Pilgrims and Native Americans at Plymouth. In conclusion, the real origins and spirit of Thanksgiving in North America lie not with the Pilgrims, but with the centuries-old tradition practiced between the Mohawk people and early Dutch settlers. The celebration of being one, recognizing the gifts of nature and the value of friendship and cooperation, truly embodies the spirit of Thanksgiving.